The following is a production of WCMP Sports. It's time for a high school basketball matchup here on Nice 95.5. As we watch the Mora Mustangs set to face off against the Maple Lake Irish. Tip-off will begin here shortly. We'll head to the court now for the pregame.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Nice 95.5's broadcast of boys high school basketball here, of course, on 95.5 FM and streaming live with video at kbek.com. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman out here at Mora High School, where the Mora Mustangs who are getting set to take on the Maple Lake Irish. Of course, this should be a good one. It's the home season opener for the Mora Mustangs against the Maple Lake Irish, and they will look to continue off of last year's success of making it to the playoffs, making a pretty deep push, about a game away from state. So looking to build off that success last year. They had a couple of very good seniors graduate, but they come back with a pretty big senior class this year of 8 players in this year's senior class. Those 8 seniors are Michael Mann, along with Dallas Fix, Jonah Smart, Mark Perry, Max Sampson, Maddox Balmer, James Osland, and Jack Lind. And we've seen a lot of those guys get some significant playing time last year, so I expect them to be very, very well versed in what they need to do this year. We're getting set for the national anthem in our starting lineups, so we'll take a commercial break, hear word from our fine sponsors, and we'll come back and be ready for tip-off here inside Mora High School. You're listening to boys basketball on 95.5.
End of the season means savings at Minnesota Equipment. Save big on remaining zero turns in stock. Bravely, Aaron's, Toro, and John Deere. Buy now with 0% financing available. That's 0 on 0 turns. Need a walk behind instead? I got plenty of those too. On site and ready to go. The knowledgeable staff will get you the machine that fits your property size. Minnesota Equipment. Your neighbors. Your experts. Your neighborly experts. Highway 65 in Isani, or at minnesotaequipment.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get-there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
It's almost time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
October is College Knowledge Month at Pine Technical and Community College. The whole month, PTCC will be providing a variety of events for high school students and the community to learn more about college options. College Knowledge Month is meant to provide future students with the preparation, opportunity, and support needed to apply to college. Join PTCC for a nursing program information session on October 26th at 2:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome. Learn more at pine.edu.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
Back here on 95.5 FM, KBEK. Your starting lineups for the visiting Maple Lake Irish, who are head coached by Brian Schlief, is going to be number 2, Leighton Johnston, number 4, Marcus Welmer, number 10, Carter Scanlon, number 21, Jacob Weiss, and number 33, I believe it was Stephen Bogart. I believe that's who it was. They don't have the number for number 33 on their roster sheet. But on the other side, for the Mora Mustangs, who are head coached by Kurt Graycheck, wearing their home blues with white letters and numbers, will be number 4, Dallas Fix, number 5, Jonas Smart, 12, Gage Brady, 15, Max Sampson, and 23, James Oslin. Of course, the Maple Lake Irish wearing their away whites with a green side panel, green letters and numbers outlined in black. Tip-off is won here by the Mora Mustangs. It's James Oslin who tips it to Max Sampson for a quick 2. And did I mention quick? I mean, that was insanely quick. Oslin slapped it out of the air. Sampson had it and then drove to the basket and put more on the board quickly. 2-0 is the lead with 17:30 to go. That ball is going to roll out of bounds. Last touched by the Irish. So the Mustangs will take over. Sampson will take it up the court. He stands top of the key. He fakes the 3, then passes off to Dallas Fix. Fix goes, and the pass goes to the opposite side to Max Sampson. Inside to Fix. That one's no good. Rebounded by Fix, and he'll put it up and in for 2. 4-0 is the score, and Jonah Smart nearly stole that inbound pass from Curse Scanlon. He was waving his arms. He got a hand on it and then just couldn't grab it. It'll go out of bounds, and Irish will hold on to it. And Jonah Smart again knocks it out of the air and out of bounds, excuse me. See if he can do it a third time. Third time's a charm, maybe. Scanlon's still trying to inbound. He does to Johnston. Johnston has it poked out by Brady, but he gets it back to Scanlon. Scanlon now going forward to Welmer. Welmer back to that is Scanlon. Far side, he's double teamed. That ball is tipped. The Mustangs don't know where it went, and then he puts up a shot, which is no good. Rebounded by Bogarts. That's no good, and rebounded by Sampson. Sampson quickly up the court. Near side 3. For Smart, which is no good. Rebounded once again by the Mustangs. Sampson, and 3 for Gage Brady. Brady makes it 7-0. So the Irish have it back, trying to work it up the court. Johnston gets it over to Scanlon. Scanlon on the near side into some traffic to Johnston. Johnston trying to get around this tough Mora defense, playing more of a man-up defense. Almost press. Johnston has it now on the near side, trying to drive into the corner, but he has nowhere to go, and that ball is tipped by Smart, but gets to the Irish player, and now it's tipped and taken away by James Oslin, who will get credit for the steal, and now the Mustangs going up the court quickly. It is Max Sampson with another 2. That'll make it 9-0, and a quick timeout here for the Maple Lake Irish. So the Mora Mustangs lead here 9-0 early on in this one, taking advantage and really playing some stifling defense. Mustangs so far look pretty darn good. And that Mora defense, though, this is kind of the game that Mora will play. They'll play some tight defense early on and show you that they can score quickly, but they're also a team that doesn't have to score quick. They're a team that really can pass the ball around and will wait for an open shot, but tonight they are showing off the speed at which they can move the ball. And doing it pretty well. Mora is really putting the pressure early on Maple Lake and is not allowing the Irish to really move anywhere. And it looks like we got a substitution here for Maple Lake. It's going to be Nick Lind in the game, as that ball is going to be stolen away by Max Sampson. They're almost moving too quick, and Gage Brady will put it up and in for 2 to make it 11-0. Too quick, I can't keep up. Jacob Weiss pass in there to Welmer is nearly stolen away. He has it, double team, tried to get it. Oh my goodness, Sampson laying his body on the line to keep that alive. Goodness gracious, he's okay, he's up and quick, but he ran into the scorer's table. I mean, he flew into that thing. Max Sampson laying it all out there. You can tell he's been waiting a while to play. Max Sampson will get the rebound on the shot no good by the Irish. He'll slow things down on the offensive side of the ball. They'll reset the offense. And the Mustangs have it. Far side, it's Sampson. Top of the key for Brady, and Brady is good for 3. 16-0 in this Mora defense. Strong as ever, swatted from behind by Jonas Smart, and Lynn does get it back. He gets it off now to Weiss. Weiss pass to Johnson goes out of bounds. Number 21 and 3 will check into the game for Mora. That's going to be Josh Hegernus and Maddox Balmer. Hegernus, top of the key, pass to the far side, now to Max Sampson. He fakes the 3, instead he's going to pull up for the 3. No good off the front of the rim, he gets his own rebound, drives inside, up and in for 2. Wow. I would say that Sampson has missed playing some basketball. He is flying around, and there's a steal. I can't even finish a sentence without him doing something amazing. Now he'll pass it off to Hegernus. Josh Hegernus. Inside now, and I think that was Oslin, who was fouled. Oslin, a push call on the Irish, on Bogert. That's her first foul, his first as well. And Oslin is at the line to shoot 2 as I catch up to the scoreboard. Oslin's first shot off the backboard, no good. 18-0 is the score, 14:02 to go. So we get another substitution here for the Irish. Number 12 checking into the game. Do not know who that is. The only one listed is on the JV, and that's Cooper Schultz Blank. So hopefully that's close. Shot is no good, rebounded by Balmer. He puts up a shot, that's no good. And the rebound will go out of bounds, last touch by Mora. So again, not 100% sure who the number 12 is. The only one listed is on the JV, and that's Cooper Schultz Blank. Meanwhile, the inbound pass, Mora gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds, so Irish will try and do it again. The inbound pass goes to Weiss. He's trying to get around the Mora defender. He dribbles into a double team, and now pass back to Nick Lind. Lind will try and get it past mid-court, and he can't without losing a handle on the ball, and Mora will get the ball right back. Right now, it doesn't seem like there's anything the Irish can do to combat this fast-paced Mora offense. But not only that, they're efficient. They haven't made really any mistakes. They're not putting the ball in bad spots. They're not taking bad shots. Well, just as soon as I say that, maybe one that wasn't ideal. As Maddox Balmer has his shot blocked by Weiss. Jonah Smart will check back into the game along with Brady. And we also have a new one out there. It's Cole Schwartzbauer in for the first time. The shot is up, no good. Rebound still up for grabs. Somehow Jonah Smart comes down with it to Gage Brady now on the far side to Schwartzbauer. That ball might have been tipped. It had to have been. Otherwise, there's no way that ball would have floated like that. So Schwartzbauer three-point opportunity goes a little bit awry. And now the Irish will try and slow things down as that shot is blocked from behind by, I believe, Jonah Smart. So give Jonah a block tonight on the shot from Weiss. It goes out of bounds, and it will go off of Mora, but Irish will hold on to it. Inbound is to Weiss. Weiss trying to go it past low, but it doesn't work, and it nearly gets stolen away. Now the shot here from Lind is high, no good. He gets his own rebound. Says, here, let me do it myself, and then he'll pass it off to his teammate who will try and go inside, and it's going to be stolen away by Schwartzbauer. And Schwartzbauer gives it off to Brady. Brady up and in for two. 22-0 is the score. Mora on top as the Irish try and get it out of their back court. They have struggled to do so, and they've also struggled to kind of hold on to the ball and also even get close to the net. And now Johnston has it, trying to drive inside. He'll pass it inside the paint there to, again, number 12. Not sure exactly who that is. We're going to get a hold call on Maddox Balmer. That's his first foul, team's first as well. So the Irish will get set to inbound. Carter Scanlon checks back into the game. A lob pass here to Welmer. Welmer has it. He'll give it off now. So the guy I'm not sure who is. And that ball is tipped away and stolen for a moment by Schwartzbauer. And it rolls out of bounds because he didn't have full control of it. Schwartzbauer, the sophomore. Watched him dunk a few in pregame warm-ups, so he has that ability. And driving inside is Lind. He stops on the near side, gives it off far side to Welmer. Welmer with the quick pass to Scanlon. Scanlon top of the key. Trying to drive, goes inside. Shot is up and no good from number 12, and that's going to be rebounded here by Hegerness. Hegerness going to move it up quickly to Smart. Hegerness gets it back from Smart. He drives inside. Shot is up off the backboard, no good, and it was rebounded by Balmer for a moment. Still up for grabs. Balmer with it. He puts up a shot, and it is good. Balmer will make it 22-0, and Nick Lind goes up the court quickly. And, oh my goodness, we got two players who are going to stumble together as Nick Lind and Gage Brady come together as they both try and take the ball away from each other. Brady held on, and so did Nick Lind, and then we get a jump ball call. I like the fact that they didn't call a foul on that one. They easily could have on Brady, but they decided to let it go because they realized, hey, Brady's just trying to make a play. I really like the fact that they let that go. But it did go with possession arrow favoring Irish, and now as they drive inside, the Irish travel, and the ball will go back to the Mustangs. Mustangs lead 22-0 with 11:09 to go here in the first half. We get three players substituted. Looks like we'll get James Oslin back in, as well as Max Sampson and Dallas Fix. Mustangs bring it up the court with Brady. Gives it off here near side to Smart. Smart at the free throw line. Now gives it off to Fix. Fix trying to get around the defense. Puts it up, kisses it off the glass, in for two. 24-0 now as, again, it's the Irish turn. Trying to get it up, but it's stolen away by Jonah Smart. Inside to Sampson. Shot is up and good. Jonah Smart with a steal. He'll make it 26-0. And if this is the way it's, got away with the travel, did Scanlon, and this ball is tipped away, stolen by Jonah Smart once again, his second steal. And now Brady for three. That's a rare miss from him at three. Max Sampson will get the rebound and put it up and in for two. And yeah, that's a must timeout right there for the Irish. I mean, there is just nothing that they can do right now. They've been able to drive down on the front court and make a shot or two, but they just haven't been seeing anything clean and open, so they've had to put up what feels like unnecessary shots when they're not open, they're not even, they're not clean. It's been tough because this Mora defense has been strong, it has been tight, and it's right now it seems impenetrable. But again, the Irish have found a spot where they can get it at least up court, but as soon as they get it into their front court, it's all Mustangs. It seems like they're on offense and Irish is on defense, but it's quite not the case. This inbound to the defender is nearly stolen away, and it will be stolen away by Smart. And he tried to give it off, and then the shot is up and no good. Rebounded by the Irish, and now they'll take it up court. Nick Lynn nearly loses possession. He'll get double teamed and passes it to his buddy inside. He loses it off of, actually goes off his chest. Oh, and now Gage Brady going to get called for the reach. Gage Brady. And that's tough. Brady trying to make a play. I think that one could have been left, or it could have been called, and it would have been a good call. So, good call either way in my opinion. Scanlon will inbound, and he'll inbound it here to Johnston. Johnston in the near side corner. He'll give it off to Scanlon once again. Scanlon goes far side to Nick Lind. Lind goes inside here to, again, I believe, Bogart. Or Borgert. Apologize. Nick Lind will put up a floater. That was not even close. Gage Brady with the rebound, and here they go. It's up and in for two from Dallas Fix. 30-0 with 9.5 to go. And again, I can't seem to move the, we're going to get a hold. And it's going to be on Dallas Fix. That's his first, team's third. Get a couple substitutions here for the Irish, and Welmer will look to inbound, and he'll lob it to another one who we don't have a number for. It's number 25. The Irish do travel. The only 25 I see on here is Zachary Stroud. And I don't know if these are the right ones. I hope so. Even though it's a team we don't normally call, I still want to say the right names. I don't like getting names wrong. It's more of a pride thing for me, but also I don't like saying the wrong names because they're athletes who get their name on the radio, and I would love to get their names right. Meanwhile, it's the Mustangs going with it. Schwarzbauer gives it off to Smart, and now gives it off to Sampson. He faked the shot a couple times. Now gives it off to Ozin on the far side for Hegernus. Hegernus drives in at the post. Low post now here for Osland, which is no good on his shot, and the rebound taken there by Weiss. And Weiss drives up the court. Pass will go inside now, and that's going to be a travel. So I believe number 25 is Zachary Stroud. And number 12 is Cooper Scholl's blank. Either way, Mustangs have it back. Matt Sampson drives inside, backs out, drives in again, and tried to get it off to Hegernus, but he was foul, and a push there on Weiss, so that'll be his first foul, team's second. Mustangs will inbound it again. It's Schwarzbauer who gets it into Max Sampson. He drives inside again, puts up a shot, no good, but there was a foul beforehand. That'll be the Irish third team foul. And the first on Zach Stroud. I hope that's who that is. Inbound here to Osland. Osland trying to go underneath the basket. Instead gives it out to Hegernus. Now to Sampson, top of the key. Makes the man miss. Drives inside. Passes off to Osland. Up in for two. What a move there by Sampson. And a beautiful pass. I mean, he's so twitchy with his movement. You never can really tell which way he's about to go. That shot is no good and rebounded by Osland. Osland will give it off to Sampson. He'll take it up the court on the far side. Sampson calling for his screen. He gets it, but then drives to the free throw line and stops. Now he's calling for another one to Osland. In fact, he'll just give it off to Osland. Osland will direct Hegernus right to him. He'll pass to him. Now Schwarzbauer gets it. Gives it inside to Osland. Beautiful pass, beautiful play. And James Osland again with another basket, makes it 34-0 with 7:40 to go. Welmer has it for the Irish, standing near midcourt, now driving inside, tries to go inside and get a shot, but we're going to get a foul here on Mora. That is going to go against Hegerness, his first, team's fourth. Get a couple substitutions here, looks like 4. And for the first time tonight checking into the game is Mark Perry. Stolen away by Gage Brady on the inbound. He's driving it up court. Now gives it off to Jonah Smart. Brady for 3 is good. Believe it or not, that's only his second 3 of the game that he's made. Usually he's a 3-point machine, but not today so far. That's not to say that he won't, I'm sure he will, but he just hasn't had to yet. He hasn't had the need to try and make those 3s. Meanwhile, Brady again with another steal. Fakes the pass, puts it up and in for 2. So Brady hasn't need to go those beyond the perimeter shots too much here tonight. His team and him have been pretty good. This shot is up. Oh, no good. But they're going to get a foul on Mora and hear a couple boos from the student section. I respectfully disagree with the foul call. It's going to be the second on Gage Brady. Now going to the line is Welmer. 39-0 is the score. Welmer's shot is no good off the front of the rim. Hegerness and Shorsbauer check into the game for Mora. 39-0 with 6:40 to go. Welmer's shot is up and no good. Rebounded there by Hegerness. He takes it up the court quickly, stops, gives it off to Schwarzbauer, back out to Perry for 3. That's just off the mark. Rebounded by Jonah Smart. And then the shot from Schwarzbauer is good to make it 42-0. 6:20 to go. Mora Mustangs with a gigantic lead. And we're going to get Hegerness for a hold. And that's a tough one because Hegerness was going for the ball. I thought he had the ball before the whistle, but no bueno. 6:10 to go here, first half. Irish trying to inbound. They finally will, and that one is poked away and stolen. We'll give credit to Dallas Fix for that steal going inside. Oh, Mark Perry just couldn't get a clean look on it, but he will wind up with the rebound. That shot is good from Dallas Fix. It was kind of a alley-oop attempt. It winds up going for a layup, but hey, still an alley-oop. I'll count it. Press defense here by the Mustangs. That's what they've been playing all night, and Irish have not been able to do anything with it. And oh, no way. Respectfully disagree with that call. That foul call is going to be the 7th team foul now for the Mustangs. That one's going to go and be the first for Mark Perry. So at the line to shoot a 1-and-1, I do believe, is Borgert. No, it's 2. First shot is no good. 44-0, 5:29 to go. Gage Brady, Max Sampson, James Oslin, and Maddox Balmer are all checking into the game here for Mora. Shot is up, and that one finally falls. So at the 5:30, 5.5 minutes, is when they get their first points. Pass inside to Maddox Balmer is clean, and it is up, and it is good. 46-0. Or 46-1, I apologize. 46-1 is the score for the Mora Mustangs. That one's going to be on Mora. That'll be the team's 8th, and that'll send him, Welmer, to the line for a 1-and-1. It's going to go against Max Sampson. So even though the Mora Mustangs have an outrageous lead, they do have the fouls heavily outnumbering Irish. Welmer for a 1-and-1. No good. Rebound by Max Sampson. He probably should have been gotten a foul against the defender who held him, but he drives inside, passes to Maddox Balmer, who puts it up and in for two, 48-1. Welmer with it, and they'll pass it around the perimeter, trying to go inside. Ball is stolen away by Mark Perry. And pass to Sampson, and he flies. I mean, he levitated to the rim. I don't care what anybody says. He levitated. 50-1 is the score. Welmer passes it back outside, and now on the other side of the court, back across the court to Scanlon. Scanlon tries to go to the other side. It was tipped, and now that was going to be tipped again. Stolen away by Gage Brady, who will put it up and in for two. He can thank Maddox Balmer for creating pressure and also tipping the ball on the attempted pass from the Irish, and that makes it 52-1. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Irish struggling to get around this Mustang defense, and the shot from Scanlon, no good. Rebounded by Balmer. Max Sampson will just let the offense catch up to him and slow things down, and I believe Graycheck and coaching staff trying to slow things down, and no, they're actually going to call a timeout instead. So it would have been the, not sure if that 54th point for the Mora Mustangs, but they do call a timeout here. So the score is 52-1 here in favor of the Mustangs, with about 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. It is completely lopsided in this one, and I mean, Irish are doing all they can just to get the ball into the front court, but they really, I mean, it's so tough for them just to get it there that, you know, they're lucky when they can get a shot off. It's been nothing short of a phenomenal performance by this Mora Mustang team. And they are really showing their strength, showing that they haven't lost a step from last year. They graduated a good senior class last year, but they're showing that, again, they haven't lost a step because of it. So again, that timeout was called by the Mustangs, and we'll see them inbound here. Perry tries the inbound. Oh, it was tipped, and it's going to be stolen away by the Irish. So Weiss will be credited for the steal. Welmer has it now on the near side, trying to drive around the defender Sampson, and he'll back it out to Weiss. Now on the other side for Johnston, gives it to Welmer on the far side. Nope, that's Lind. Lind trying to fight around the defender. He just puts up a shot blindly, and it's no good. Rebounded by Max Sampson. He'll get up court quickly, stops on a dime, and then backs it back out. He'll kind of just pause and reset the offense. Gives it off to Brady on the far side. He'll drift to the top of the key. He'll give it off to Oslin. Now to Sampson again. Sampson fakes the pass inside. Got the defender to jump, and Mark Perry now has it to Oslin once again. Oslin wanted to go inside. Instead, he'll give it out to Brady. Brady for three. No good, and a rare miss from him. Sampson and the defender will tie the ball up. That'll be a jump ball. And now the possession will favor the Mora Mustangs. Get 4 new players out there. It's going to be Dallas Fix, Jonah Smart, along with Hegerness and Schorsbauer. Inbound here to Dallas Fix, and right off the rebound, he puts it up and in for two, 54-1. A long three that is well off the mark from Johnston is no good. It didn't even have enough arc on it to get to the rim, unfortunately. So it's out of bounds, and the Mora Mustangs will just watch it as it goes out of bounds. Sampson will take it up the court. Stops, and he'll give it off far side to Schwarzbauer, back to Sampson. Now over to Hegernus. Hegernus faking a drive inside, gives off to Smart on the far side to Sampson now. Sampson going to pull up from long three, and it's good. I mean, it just looks effortless for Max Sampson as they lead 57-1. Johnson trying to go inside, but that ball just over his teammate's hand. Out of bounds, and the Mustangs will take over. 2:01 left in this first half. Who else but Sampson takes up the court? Off to Schwarzbauer on the far side, trying to go inside to Hegernus. Instead, he'll give it off to Smart. Smart back to Sampson. Sampson inside to Fix. Now inside to Smart. Smart a little too hard off the backboard, and that's no good. He gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in for two. Those are his first points of this first half, believe it or not, for Jonas Smart. Going the other way are the Irish. Weiss with it, trying to go inside to Lind. Lind, I don't know what he was trying to do on that one. He had no opportunity, but trying to, I think, just spin around and didn't realize where he was. 1:25 to go as he hits it off of the back of the backboard. 59-1 is the score, under 1.5 to go in the first half. Mora has it. It's Hegernus. Hegernus will just stand on the near side elbow, gives it off to Smart. Smart to Sampson. Sampson thought about that extra long three. Instead, he'll give it inside to Fix. Back out to Schwarzbauer for three. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Sampson. The do-it-all. And he'll give it off to Fix, who puts it up and in for two. 61-1. It's Johnson. Johnson gives it off to Weiss. Weiss back to Johnston. Johnston on the near side, trying to find a screen. He gets it, but he'll have to pass off to Lind, and that's going to... Oh! Poked out by Schwarzbauer, but they're going to get him for a reach. Man, that one was close. Again, it's another one of those where I think it's good to call either way, if you let it go or call it. So 1-on-1 opportunity here for Lind. Shot is up, no good. And rebound there by Dallas Fix, and now we'll get a whistle on the Irish. It'll be on Nick Lind, his first, team's fourth. They're going to inbound to Sampson, and 33 seconds to go. Let's see what the Mustangs do here. They've had, I mean, their offensive possessions seemingly go about 15 seconds before they get points on the board, if not less. So if they, we'll see if they don't try and dribble this ball out and try and take the rest of this clock down. They will. Sampson just going to stare at that clock till it probably reaches about 7 seconds before he gives it off. And yep, right at 7, he gives it to Jonas Smart, who will get around one defender. Back to Sampson. Oh, they could have had a double team on Sampson. Instead, he's going to have the last second three. No good. No. Even if he did get it in the basket, it wouldn't have counted for Jonas Smart, as he did get the rebound off Sampson's shot, but it's no good. And we'll go to halftime. And it is lopsided as it can be. The Mora Mustangs with a 61-1 lead, and almost certainly will have running time here in the second half. We'll wait and see. I don't want to call it too early, but with this lopsided, it might. Right now, the Mustangs are on pace for 122 points. They usually, when it's this lopsided, starters will come out. They'll open up the second half, but they'll play maybe 3-4 minutes, and then backups and JV players and C-squad players will come in. So I expect that's what we'll see. We'll take a commercial break here. Word from some of our fine sponsors. We'll come back, and I don't know if there's much that I need to tell you for keys to the game. Mora's, I mean, they're just on top. I don't think there's any way they lose this one unless there was a monumental collapse, but I don't see that happening. So we'll take a commercial break. We'll talk about what happened here in the first half to get to this lead for Mora. We'll hear a word from our fine sponsors, and we'll come back. You're listening to boys high school basketball on 95.5 FM, KBEK.
End of the season means savings at Minnesota Equipment. Save big on remaining zero turns in stock. Bravely, Aaron's, Toro, and John Deere. Buy now with 0% financing available. That's 0 on zero turns. Need a walk behind instead? I got plenty of those too. On site and ready to go. The knowledgeable staff will get you the machine that fits your property size. Minnesota Equipment. Your neighbors. Your experts. Your neighborly experts. Highway 65 in Isanti or at minnesotaequipment.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
It's almost time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
October is College Knowledge Month at Pine Technical and Community College. The whole month, PTCC will be providing a variety of events for high school students and the community to learn more about college options. College Knowledge Month is meant to provide future students with the preparation, opportunity, and support needed to apply to college. Join PTCC for a nursing program information session on October 26th at 2:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome. Learn more at pine.edu.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear and Swanson today. Spear and Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
End of the season means savings at Minnesota Equipment. Save big on remaining zero turns in stock. Bravely, Aaron's, Toro, and John Deere. Buy now with 0% financing available. That's 0 on zero turns. Need a walk behind instead? I got plenty of those too. On site and ready to go. The knowledgeable staff will get you the machine that fits your property size. Minnesota Equipment. Your neighbors. Your experts. Your neighborly experts. Highway 65 in Isanti or at minnesotaequipment.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Nice 95.5 FM, KBKM, Ethan Game Day Gilman. The game is well out of hand here for the Maple Lake Irish, and the Mustangs have really shown that there is no step back in this program from last year to this year. I mean, if anything, they have stayed the same, and they are dominant right now against this Maple Lake Irish team. 61-1 they lead here at half, on pace for 122 points in this game. I don't want to say that it won't happen, but it's hard to believe that it will, because again, the starters probably will play 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes in the second half for Mora, and then we'll see the JV and C squad guys come in and play. So I don't think we'll see 122, but you never know. These C squad and JV guys put up pretty good points in that game beforehand, so maybe we could. I would not be surprised if they came out and just absolutely dominated more with their JV guys and C squad guys. Quite cool to see. But the Mora Mustangs do lead 61-1 at half, and leading the way in points was Gage Brady with 17. Max Sampson with 15, 14 for Dallas Fix. 8 rebounds for Max Sampson. 3 steals for both Jonas Smart and Gage Brady. And they also had 19 fouls there in that first half. They had 11 steals and a plethora of rebounds, nearing 20, if not over 20. Actually, it is over 20. And 61 points. They substituted in and out 9 different guys on the court there in that first half, and I bet we'll see a couple more in this second half as they do lead 61-1, and there's no sign of them slowing down at all. On the other side for the Maple Lake Irish, not a lot to talk about. 1 point loss for Stephen Borgert. Again, the lone point off of a free throw attempt. That is their lone point. I apologize, I'm getting caught watching the halftime performance here. They have kids who go out on the court. I think you pay $1 or something, and you have the chance to shoot a free throw, a 3-point, and then a half-court shot. And I believe if you shoot all 3, make all 3, I believe you get a Gatorade, I think it is, it looks like. From watching and seeing how many of these young men and women can make these shots, and so far I think we've had one half-court shot made, and a lot of these young men and women have made some of those 3-point shots, but we've only had one half-court shot made so far. Not that that has anything to do with the game, but it's fun to talk about. Maple Lake Irish right now only have about 3 rebounds on offense. They do have the 1 steal from Jacob Weiss, and he also has a block. So I think if you're the Maple Lake Irish, maybe look to him to get something going for your team. You know, even if it's when Mora gets their younger guys in, keep your starters in. Just tell them, hey, you know, we're going to have their younger guys in, but let's get some confidence going for our varsity guys, so that way they can go into their next game and continue to do well and not, you know, kind of have, I don't want to call it a meltdown because it's way too early in the season to have a meltdown, but you don't want to not have confidence going into the next game, especially if you only put up 1 point in the first half. That can really destroy your confidence, and you know, mentally that can really be overbearing for a player on any varsity team. Doesn't matter. I mean, hockey, football, basketball, track fit, it doesn't matter. Getting blown out like this can be mentally overbearing. So I think if you're the Irish, just keep those guys out there. Even if Moore does put in their younger guys, keep them out there to have have them build up confidence for the next game that they play. And get something going. But for Mora, I mean, at some point you're going to pull your starters for the younger guys, but until that point, you don't need to change anything. Don't change a thing that you've done. I mean, you have no reason to. 61-1 is the score. The Maple Lake Irish will start with it. We'll have 3 timeouts left here in this second half. They are on the offensive side of things. That shot is no good. Rebounded there by who else? Max Sampson. He'll give it in to Oslin, who puts it up and in for 2 to make it 63-1. That looks like that was a charge call on the Irish. I believe it could have been Welmer. It was Welmer. He'll get called for it, so the Mustangs will take the other way. Nice pass inside by Max Sampson to Jonas Smart, and he was a little too far ahead of that pass because his body was leading him out of bounds while the basketball was behind him. But the Irish have it going the other way. And now we're putting it up, and the shot is no good. Rebounded by Max Sampson. They go quickly. He's not going to wait for anybody and gets it off to Dallas Fix, who puts it up and in for 2, 65-1. There is no slowing down for this Mora Mustangs team, and I love it. I love the fact that they're not going to slow down. They're going to keep playing their offense hard, and one thing I do notice them kind of slowing things down with their steals, even though they could have had a couple already. They're not really taking it away as actively. Going inside is Max Sampson. Pass to Dallas Fix to Brady to Smart. Shot is up and no good from 3. That's going to be Weiss with his second rebound. 65-1 with the running clock. 16:05 now to go. Pass down deep into the near side corner for Scanlon from Welmer. He gives it off, and that shot is blocked. An emphatic block from James Oslin. His first block of the, and believe it or not, it's only the second block here for Mora. Meanwhile, Mora will get in. Looks like 4 new guys. Hegernus, Shorsbauer, Perry, and Balmer check in. Passing it around. The near side 3, for Pete's sake, is no good. And then we get a travel by Weiss, who did get the rebound. So he did get the rebound, but then traveled, and we'll see the Mustangs get it back. And Perry will inbound to Gage Brady. Brady, one move, gets around the defender, pass out to Shorsbauer, fakes the 3, pass over to Perry. Perry on the near side, gives it off to Shorsbauer. He tries to go inside, now to Hegernus. Hegernus trying to drive inside, but he traveled. So the ball will go back to the Irish, who quickly inbound. It's going to be Johnston, who will march it up the court. Trying to get a ball inside. That shot is up, no good, and a rebound there by Shorsbauer, his first rebound of the evening. It's Gage Brady on the far side to Perry. Right back to Brady. Nice spin move. He'll give it off to Shorsbauer for 3. That's just off the mark. It's going to be rebounded there by Balmer. Balmer with the rebound, gives it off to Hegernus. Hegernus drives inside, has it back out to Perry on the far side. Perry, nice move. Shot is up, no good. Balmer again with the rebound. Gage Brady for 3, that's off the mark, and a rebound there by Shorsbauer. But it's going to be stolen away by Scanlon. Scanlon with the steal as Shorsbauer tried to keep that one alive. Oh, and Balmer easily had a steal there, just couldn't quite get a grasp of where it was, and then Borgert will get the next 2 points there for the Irish, so they have 3 on the evening. All 3 coming from Borgert. And quickly the other way go the Mustangs, and it's Mark Perry who gets his first points on the board. They get 67-3. Inside, Scanlon's pass is taken away by Perry. Perry had a steal in the first half, gives it off to Hegernus. Hegernus trying to Drive inside, gets the ball swatted away from behind, but it looks like they're going to get a foul call on the Irish. Leighton Johnston will be given his first foul, team second, and that shot is up and good from Hegernus. That's his first points of the evening, 68-3. So we'll try to make it 2 for 2. And he does. Hegernus 2 for 2 from the line at 69-3 with 12:45 to go. Again, that clock is a running. They're not going to stop it. They're going to have plenty of time, and a steal there from Schwarzbauer as he used all of his length to get that one, and then puts it up and in for 2. He now has 5 on the game as his team leads 71-3. Lind goes inside, and that one's going to be nearly stolen away. Schwarzbauer trying to give it alive was Weiss, and instead he gives it off to Perry, and now Hegernus inside. Shot is up, no good, but we do get a foul call. That's going to go against the Irish. That'll be their team's third here in the second half, and the second on Johnston. 2 for Josh Hegernus coming. No good on the first one. He was 2 for 2 last time. Four players will sub in. Oslin, Sampson, Smart, and Fix for the Mustangs. They lead 71-3. Hegernus' second shot. Oh, is no good. Rare 0-2, we should say, on the free throw. Shot is up, no good. It's going to be tied up, so we'll get a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Mustangs with 11:20 to go. Jonas Smart will get set to inbound. Smart tries to give it off to Oslin. He does. The shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Sampson. His shot is up and no good, and we'll get another foul call here on the Irish. That's their team's fourth, the second for Weiss. And Max Sampson goes to the line to shoot 2. Under 11 minutes ticks the clock. Shot is up and good. Got a little too antsy on the shot call. I had to wait a moment to call shot good or no good. Sampson's second one is no good, and Fix will get the rebound. So Sampson makes 1 of 2 there, and now we get another foul call here on the Irish. That's their team's 5th, and it's going to be on Weiss, his 3rd. Sampson back to the line to shoot 2. First one is good, make it 73-3. Ten minutes to go here in the second half as Sampson will make both this time and makes it 74-3, 71 lead here for the Mustangs. On the far side, they're trying to work it inside, but Dallas Fix just says, give me. It is mine. He gives it off to Hegernus. Inside, Fix, now out to Oslin. Now top of the key to Smart. Far side to Hegernus. He's left all alone for 3, and that is smooth all the way through the net. 77-3 is the lead here for the Mustangs, and now they're having a good night. Weiss going to be fouled. It'll be the first one of the second half for the Mustangs, but unfortunately it'll be the 3rd for Hegernus. So we get, looks like a full 4 sub for Mora. Brady, Schwarzbauer, Perry, and I believe that is Balmer. Check in. Nick Lind will put it up and in for 2 for the Irish, so they get something to go their way. It's 77-5, and now a quick whistle. Shot's going to be called off. I'm going to say the foul happened beforehand on the Irish. It's going to be going against Nick Lind, his 2nd, and the team's 6th. Inbound pass to Perry is no good on the shot. Sampson gets the rebound, puts it up and in for 2. And it's 79-5. Pass quickly into the corner. Irish look for three. It's no good. Rebound up for grabs. Sampson tried to get it, but it's out of bounds. So we'll stay with the Irish with 8:10 to go here in the second half. It's a 74-point lead here for Mora. Pass inbound to Lind. Lind gets around one defender. He'll put up a lob shot. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Max Sampson will swat it away. Welmer will get it. And pass quickly over to Lind. Lind guarded by Balmer. He'll just throw a pass at the backboard. No good. Rebounded there by Balmer. Sampson. Sampson will stop things, and he'll reset the offense. Pass on far side to Perry. Now to Shoresbauer. Inside to Brady. Puts it up and in for two. 81-5 is the score, and Mustangs easily on their way to a win number one on opening night, and we'll get a jump ball call. Possession arrow favors the Irish. Clock will continue to roll, and we're 7:10 left here in the game. Mora well in hand for the win. Nick Lynn's shot is up, no good, and an easy rebound for Max Sampson. He just chucks it down for Brady. Excuse me, that's Shoresbauer who will put up the shot. It's no good, and sliding out of bounds is Nick Lynn, and he's limping a little bit after getting up, and he's out there, he's okay. So it will be Mora ball still. Shoresbauer will look to inbound to Gage Brady. Thought about three. Gives it off to Shoresbauer inside, who puts up the shot, no good. Balmer with the rebound and two. 83-5. Oh, wow, a three-point attempt is good from Stroud. That is definitely not what I heard. Lundeen. So Brandon Lundeen is 25. Lundeen is 25, so as we sit with an 83-8 score. Substitution here for Mora. Jonah Smart will inbound, and the shot is up and good for Dallas Fix. 85-8 is the score. Mora with a ginormous lead. And Lundeen trying to go for three again, no good on his shot, and it's rebounded by James Oslin. Pass back out to Fix, now to Smart. Smart fakes the pass. He'll give it off to Perry. Perry out to Fix. And they'll just probably pass the ball around a little bit and wind down some of this clock. Perry, he's looking to get some points on the board. His shot's no good, rebounded by Nick Lind. Mustangs will try and get back on defense. They do. Far side to Lundeen for three. He's trying to get that going. He does again. His second three in a row. Makes it 85-11. So Lundeen took a whole half and a half. The entire first half and half the second one to get going, but now he's got that three-point ball rolling. And again, that's what I say to the Irish. Just keep your starters out there and try and give them confidence going into the next game, just so they can gain something. Passing the ball around is Mora. They're just, again, trying to wind down this clock and make sure that they don't allow Irish too many more points. We'll get another foul here on the Irish. That's going to be their team's seventh here in the second half, and see who it goes against. It'll be the second on Wellmer. Weiss and Johnston will check into the game for Lind and Wellmer. At the line to shoot a couple is Hagerness. It was 1-1 apparently, and I think we get a lane violation there on Mora, so won't matter, as Irish will get it back. Pass deep into the far side corner from Johnston to Scanlon, back to Scanlon from Johnston. Scanlon trying to go inside now. Oh, and then they get a foul here on Oslin. He's going to be on Oslin for a push. It's going to be his first. Team's second here in the second half. And ball stolen away by Hagerness. Hagerness puts it up and in for two. Hagerness with the steal and the drop in the bucket, 87-11. Lundeen tries to go for the two. It circles around the rim, no good. It falls out. So we'll go to the line and shoot two. That'll be the third team foul for Mora here in the second half, and the second on Perry. Shooting two is Lundeen. He's got 6 points from two three-point shots. He's good on his first to make it 87-12. I believe 4 substitutions here for Mora. There's 2:15 left on the clock. Lundeen will try and make it 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He does. So he'll make it 87-13. Make the score a little bit more respectable. Gage Brady working quickly. Luckily for the Irish, they didn't get called on that foul, but shots up no good, and the rebound by Max Sampson, you guessed it, who has a double-double. Him and leave Gage Brady both with a double-double. Nope, not quite. Gage Brady will get the rebound on the missed shot. Shot is up from none other than Max Sampson. 91-13. Are they going to try and score 100 here? I wonder if they're not going to try and put up 100. Pass over to Lundeen for three, and no good. It's Sampson again with the rebound, going inside. Shot is up and good from Balmer. 93-13. It kind of looks like they're trying for 100, and why not? I think the Irish understand that shot is up, no good. Sampson, rebound. Some of these fans want them to score 100, and it looks like they're going to try and wind down the clock now. So, looked like they were going to try for 100, but it looks like they'll wind down the rest of this clock. You don't really need to score anymore. I mean, you really didn't need to score anymore in the second half period, but you will score more because this team is just too talented not to. So they will dribble out the rest of the clock, and that will be win number 1 on the season for Mora. They'll go 1-0 to start the season, 1-0 at home, and a strong performance for any team looking to play more in the near future. Yeah, it's first game though of the season, so some teams are going to look like scattered, a little bit scattered, and not sure what to expect, and some teams are going to look like a juggernaut. I mean, but and to be fair, Mora could very well be a juggernaut. That's very possible. I'm not saying that they'll come out and beat every team 93-13, but it's very, very possible that they could come out and be a juggernaut this year. I think there are just too many talented teams along the way that they'll face. Not saying they won't win all their games, or they will, but I think they're going to have some tough tests along the way because they've got a target on their back. They were near the state tournament last year, and I think they could very well be close to back, if not to the state tournament this year. We'll take a commercial break here from our fine sponsors, then we'll wrap things up and tell you what's coming up for WCMP and KBEK. You're, of course, listening to high school basketball right here on 95.5 FM, KBEK.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franz and Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzandbank.com/get there. Franz and Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
It's almost time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
October is College Knowledge Month at Pine Technical and Community College. The whole month.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear and Swanson today. Spear and Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
End of the season means savings at Minnesota Equipment. Save big on remaining zero turns in stock. Bravely, Aaron's, Toro, and John Deere. Buy now with 0% financing available. That's 0 on zero turns. Need a walk behind instead? I got plenty of those too. On site and ready to go. The knowledgeable staff will get you the machine that fits your property size. Minnesota Equipment. Your neighbors. Your experts. Your neighborly experts. Highway 65 in Isanti or at minnesotaequipment.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Back here on 95.5 FM KBEK, the Mora Mustangs just sheer dominance in this one as they get the victory over the Maple Lake Irish 93-13. And leading the way for them tonight was Max Sampson with 24 points and 93 points. And you think, only 24 points? Well, they spread the ball around quite well because they had 4 players in double digits. They had Max Sampson, who led the way with 24 points and 16 rebounds, a double-double for him. They had Gage Brady with 19 points, Dallas Fix with 18, and then Maddox Balmer with 10. Those are the 4 players who had double digits here in this game. And then it was Josh Hegerness with 7, and Shorsbauer, he had 5 points, and then 6 for James Oslin. Don't want to forget about him. And then Mark Perry and Jonah Smart shared 2 points as well to give them 93 on the evening. They had 16 total steals in this game, 11 in the first half, 5 in the second. They did have a team total of 12 points or 12 fouls altogether. Only 3 in the second half. That improved from 9 in the first to 3 in the second, which is a huge turnaround. And a really good performance here from the offense. They had, I mean, it is insane, an insane amount of rebounds. 35, 37, they are over 40, right at 40 actually. 40 rebounds tonight for the Mora Mustangs. And steals-wise, as I mentioned, 16, and I apologize, I can't do math real well in my head, so I have to do it out loud sometimes. I try to do it on the fly, but it just doesn't work. On the other side, for the Maple Lake Irish, 13 points. They were led by Lundeen, who had a stellar second half. Really wasn't able to get much going in the first half. He didn't get the ball that often, and when he did, the Mora defense was just, I mean, had a stranglehold on him. But he made 2 threes in a row and then made a couple of free throws to give him 8 points to lead the team. Borgert led and then had 3, and then Nick Lind had 2. And Weiss led the team with three rebounds. Then Welmer and Lind both had 2. They had 7 team fouls here in the second half compared to 4 in the first, so they kind of declined in that performance in the second half. But other than that, they just really, it was so tough for them tonight. Mora flexing and showing their dominance here in this game and just showing every team that they play this year that they are able and willing and capable to go and score quickly or slowly if they need to. So this team is so dynamic in their ability to go both ways. They can score quickly. They can take their time off the clock. It doesn't matter. They have shown the ability to do it all here tonight. Of course, it's a long season, but game 1, there's not a better feeling to win. So that'll be not quite it for them this week. They will have a home game on Friday in which they will host Aiken, so that should be a good one here for them. And then that'll be it for this week. Then next week they are back in action. They'll have 2 games next week. They will actually 1 game next week. They'll play on the road in Rush City against the Tigers. Then they'll have a tournament next Friday, Saturday, over in Kimball, I should say. So they'll be in that tournament in Kimball next Friday, Saturday. They'll play against Kimball, Brandon, Evansville, and Packed Charter. So again, they'll finish up this week with a game against Aiken on Friday here at home. Then next Tuesday, they'll travel to Rush City to take on the Tigers. And then next Friday, Saturday, they'll be over in Kimball for that tournament. As for KBEK, WCMP, we'll have more coming your way on Thursday. We'll have more basketball action. We'll be here for the Mora versus Aiken girls basketball game here on Thursday over on 100.9 FM. You can listen to the Bram versus Rush City game. Then on Friday, we'll have more coming your way. Pine City will take on Princeton in the boys hockey game over on 106.5 FM. Then Pine City will host East Central. The boys basketball game will be on 100.9. And then Rush City versus Bram will not be on 95.5, unfortunately. We do have, well, not unfortunately, but unfortunately for people who want to listen, we do have Santa's Hotline coming up on Friday on WCMP and KBK. So if your child wants to call in and talk to Santa, they can. They can call into the station and they can talk to Santa Claus, let him know what they would like to get for Christmas, and he will jot it down and make sure that he tries to get them that for Christmas, of course. So if you have a child that you would like to have call into Santa, if they haven't had the opportunity to talk to Santa yet or see him, be sure to call in to the station on Friday. I believe it starts at 6 p.m., goes from 6 to 8. So call in to 320-669-7575 on Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. That's when we'll have Santa's Hotline. Yeah, Santa coming into the station. So, again, if your child hasn't had the opportunity to see or talk to Santa Claus yet, make sure you call in on Friday. Of course, we'll be out calling more games as well. So for all you who tuned in, thanks so much for tuning in here this evening to a blowout for the Mora Mustangs. If you're a Mora fan, you'll love what you saw here tonight, a 93-13 victory. And they'll be looking to carry that into Friday, where they will host the Aiken Gobblers. We'll be back here on Thursday for the Mora Mustang girls team as they host Aiken. And that'll be right back here on 95.5 FM. I want to thank to everybody who tuned in. Thanks to the ADs who allowed me to be here tonight and bring this game to y'all. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors. Without the sponsors, we wouldn't be able to even come out here and bring you any of these games, whether it's here or in Bram or in Pine City or up in Onamia or Isle. We thank all of the fine sponsors for sponsoring this broadcast because, again, we would not be able to do it without them, so thanks so much to all of the fine sponsors. Once again, the final here in Mora, the Mustangs 93, Maple Lake 13. Thanks to all of you who tuned in. Thanks to all the fine sponsors. And again, be sure to stay tuned to the morning shows on 95.5 FM at 7:30 and 8:30, and at 7:45 and 8:45 on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron. For your local sports updates, we'll recap this game as well as other games that happen in our local listening area. The final time, Mustangs 93, Irish 13. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness can truly make or change their day. For KBEK and WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.